Hello everybody, Alex here with another episode of Broken Card of Hearthstone or Broken Card of in Hearthstone, whatever. The point is the same. Let's get going. So I did two from this expansion, which mean I did mage and Brit, I believe. Um, yeah. So today we're doing priest and rogue. So yeah. So let's get started. So first we have a quest. This is something which I got talk about before. This one basically giving me Amora, the Warden of Hope, which set my HP for my hero 40, which is basically like Reno Jackson on steroids. That is definitely really useful, but one thing which kind of bugging me is the quest basically one of death rattle minions, which I have no idea why. Because like priest is not exactly best class for death rattle strategy. I mean there is few useful cards, but like hunter is best, and at least I think it's best, and second is like shaman, and others is like meh. So definitely nice quest, but I don't know why that rattle. It's relatively difficult to pull off. I mean, I can do just few and then hope for best, but well, I don't know. I don't know. I usually going like push it with full force. Anyway, then we have a discard, which once again proving like for some reason Blizzard is much more generous with the healing spells than damaging spells. This is basically like 10 hit points for one crystal, which I think it's pretty overpowered. I generally like idea of spell which can help like heal minion and myself, which is good thing because usually you can have like one only or the other. But for one crystal, I think that's way too much, especially for card which is like common, which is easy to get. And we have this thing. Okay. Uh, I already said this multiple times, and I'm saying again, like cards which giving me cards from my opponent's decks are stupid. They really are because a it's really not fair because my enemy probably put some like effort if to get these cards, and now I'm basically stealing them. Second, I have no idea which card I get, which means unless I have some really basic, really generic strategy, which basically is done way, which there is basically anything significant about the strategy. It's just like the strategy which can be described as be prepared for everything, which is kind of working, except it's really not too much fun to play. On top of that, this mechanism effectively defeat of the purpose of the class specific cards. Like if I can like stole my other class cards from my other class, then why? That's make no sense. It is game breaking, and like I said, there are class specific cards and they are here for purpose of giving me some cards which only my class and nobody else is supposed to have. Why a priest can do this and unfortunately also um rogue, I have no idea. It is annoying. It's defeat of the purpose of a class specific card, and it's like slap in the face. And it's I just hate this. I always hate this, and I still hate it. This card is Well, this card is actually okay. It's basically like um, what's the name? The spell priest card. No, mage card. Except slightly change stats. But yeah, that's okay. Then we have this thing, which is basically copy of a card. I think it's not a bad card. Basically, I can have an extra card for my deck. Uh, but at the same time, it is a little. What's the word which I'm looking for? A little. Like, I mean, it's a card which doing something useful, but at the same time, I'm not sure if the price is worth it. I don't know. It's a weird card. And it's restricted to spells only. I don't saying it's a bad card. I'm just not sure if like what the card doing is justifying this card, this price. I don't know. I think it's a little too expensive. Then we have a this thing. Okay, that is the same thing. Again, I don't know why. Then we have this thing. This card is obviously for the sake of no, actually isn't. That's something else. I think this card, I believe this card is like a weaker version of another card which already is there. But overall, it's nothing special. Anyway, this card, that's still a random priest. This card is honestly feels little like um Anorias, except he basically produced like um just fireballs, and this card giving me random spells, which uh it's giving me at least spell priest, so three spells, so that's good, I guess. Well, I think this card is not bad. It's actually okay. This thing, however, originally I've been thinking like, what's the point of this card? It's just a random minion for 8. It's nice to have like choice of 3 cards, but other than that, it's nothing special. I don't like only good thing is it can like ignore a mirror image, but at the same time it can be dispelled. But one thing which for some reason I didn't realize, it's a card which costs 8 or more, which is actually a pretty big deal. It doesn't seem like too much, but this card is basically like unstable portal on steroids. And I'm not even kidding. Like card with such a powerful effect should be like at least epic, if not legendary, to be perfectly honest. Because this card, like, I really don't understand how Blizzard effectively decide which card is like rare and which one is still. I mean, all class specific cards are generally usually stronger than traditional cards, but still, I think it's a little too much. I don't know. It's a good card, but I think it's a little overpowered because similar. Here's the thing. I do a little sidetrack here. Card is very much similar to unstable portal, which is here. So add random minion in your hand, and it costs 3 less. Costs 3 less, but the card costs 2 crystals, which mean you can get some high level minion you can get a high level minion, but it can cost you 3 less, which is seems to be a little overpowered. But there is also a chance you can get some really low minion, which means basically if you get a minion who cost um less than 3, then it's not worth it. This card, however, which means there is always that risk. You get some card, and you can get even card which costs like 1 or less, which is really, really inefficient. However, um, this card doing basically same thing, except there is no risk. You can get always cards which are roughly at cost of how the spell cost, or even better. So you can do only better from there. On top of that, it's not just generated; it's discarded. I mean, downside of this is it is immediately summoned on the battlefield, and you need to take some time to get basically this card. But there is also really really high chance to get a legendary card. So yeah, I think it's not a bad idea. But I would say like maybe this number should be reduced to 7. That will probably make card a little more balanced. And I would say like add discover a random card who cost like between let's say 7, 8, or 9. That sounds a little more fair. I think this is overpowered. It's a great card. I generally like this idea, but I think it's overpowered. Okay, so let's go do Arok. So we have a hallucination. Again, I don't know why I get from cards from opposite class. I really don't want to repeat the same thing, but basically I said once already. Then we have currents below, which, to be perfectly honest, I know what the reward doing. It's supposed to set your minions the price 5, except no, starts like 5 5, which I'm not exactly sure what this actually mean. Like it is probably I don't know. There is some potential, and I probably get this one. It is on my to-do list, but I don't know. I don't have it right now, so I have no idea how well or bad its work. Oh, time will show. But right now, I don't know. Then we have this thing. Okay, this is basically like one cleave, or how it's named. I don't remember. Um, I don't know. It could be like really powerful card because this card itself is really cheap, so there is no problem. Like it could be really powerful. Well, it's actually kind of like Questing Adventure, except works slightly different actually. Okay, I think this card is Advent one leaf, of course. Leaf. Okay, I get it. Good job, Blizzard. I get your joke. Then we have this thing which um, um, okay, why the hell not? That's pretty much okay. This is also okay. I think this is okay. No, this is OP. Like even if you have just your basic weapon, then you can basically completely kill 2 minions at will, unless your enemy have a taunt. That is pretty OP. It's not a bad idea, but I think the price should be higher. Then we have this thing. This thing is pretty much okay. It's like slightly better version of Arcane Intellect, but I think this is again. This another class thing. Screw this. I think it's stupid. I don't think it's necessarily like overpowered, but it is definitely game breaking. It really is. Go to the normalizer cards. Well, these cards can seems to be overpowered, but to play four cards in a single turn, it's actually not easy as it seems to be. Well, it depends on your deck, but if this card is combined with uh yeah, I think I don't know, it actually seems to be well balanced. Nicely done. And that is basically it. So next time we do Shaman and Warlock. It was pretty fast. So yeah. So I'm done. So thanks for your time as always, and I will see you later.